All right. Yeah, I'm a little congested.
What's up, everybody? This is Joey C from the Brutally Sober podcast, coming at you with my buddy Bobby C from Anonymous Addiction. And together today we are the Anonymous, hold on, I already messed it up, Alcoholics Anonymous Deprogramming Podcast. And today
There we go.
we're going to be venturing away from the 12 steps and going into a little something different. But first off, I want to remind you guys that you can follow me on Instagram at Brutsob, on Twitter at Brutsob, and I do my Brutally Sober podcast on Anchor FM. You can message me on any of those platforms if you guys want to reach out and tell us something that you might want to discuss with us on this podcast. You don't have to show your face. You can be anonymous, but anything you want to talk about, you can join our conversation, our weekly conversation. And, you know, you can anticipate agreeing with us or disagreeing with us. It doesn't matter. We can have a great conversation and disagree at the same time. If that's something that you like to do, it's something that we like to do because it helps us expand our mind. How you doing, Bobby C?
Exactly. I'm doing great, Joey. Joey C over there on the East Coast. This is Bobby C over here in the West Coast, Huntington Beach, California. We have June gloom, which all morning it stays foggy and kind of cloudy until it breaks up about 1 o'clock. So we're in June gloom, but I'm not complaining. It's about 70 degrees out here. Don't forget, people, subscribe to our channel, Deprogramming Alcoholics Anonymous, one step at a time, one member at a time. And what we're actually doing is reprogramming our minds. That's what Joey and I are doing here. We're deprogramming some things, and then we're reprogramming our minds to think outside the box and, create a little more awareness and deeper consciousness and delve into the subconscious so we could raise it to a more aware, conscious level. So subscribe and come join us, and hopefully we could get a couple people to come on, and you could mute, you could just audio. You don't have to do the video, but if you want to, if you don't care about the anonymous stuff, just come on and we'll talk about some topics. So what do we got for today, Joey? Enough of that.
Well, today, what's been going on in my mind, not only today but the past couple weeks or so, is I've got this untapped. I've got this new superpower that I've found since I stopped drinking. It's a superpower of like feeling good all the time and not feeling like crap. And as long the only thing I have to do to maintain that superpower is not drink. And I've made the decision that I'm just, I'm a person that isn't supposed to drink. It's just not a good idea for me. So after realizing being sober for a while that I have this superpower of like feeling amazing every morning when I wake up. And that really is a superpower after 20 years of waking up feeling like shit. It's pretty amazing. So what do I do with this superpower? There's a lot of days that even though I have this superpower, I don't really feel like doing anything. I still hunt for inspiration and motivation. Ironically enough, the way I did that in the past was through drinking. When I first started drinking, maybe during the day or something like that, I would get a surge of inspiration to do whatever it is I maybe didn't want to do necessarily at the time, but once I got that little spark, it gave me the something that I needed. Now that only lasted a little while because after a few hours, I would get too drunk to finish the thing that I started most of the time. So what do I do with this? What do I do with this superpower? How do I get a constant stream of inspiration and motivation? Do I need a constant stream of inspiration and motivation? Um, is it okay for me to just sit for a while? Is it okay for me to be bored and not do anything? Um, those are just some everyday kind of things that I think about. And then there's the whole um, career thought process for me. Um, I'm not drinking. I'm in a place where I should be able to do whatever it is that I want to do because of this new superpower. What do I want to do? I don't know what I want to do when I grow up. Uh, are we born to do something in life? Do we have a thing that we're supposed to be doing and we have to find that thing, or do we just do whatever it is that we're doing a certain way, um, and just figure it out? Whatever it is that we're already doing, we can figure it out we can figure out somehow to love what it is that we're already doing, or do we find something that we're supposed to be doing, we just don't know what that is yet? I'm trying to figure that out now. Am I try the career that I'm in? Do I figure out a way to love it more than I do, so that I don't want to be anywhere else, or do I figure out a way to strive for more and hope that the grass is greener on the other side, because I think I should be doing more because I have this newfound superpower. So a lot of the times on my podcast, I brag about how I think people know every all the answers are inside of them, and if they say that they don't know something, that they probably do. And I've said that hundreds of times on my podcast. And now here I am in a position asking myself, am I in a job where I should be? Should I be looking for other things maybe that are going to help me or help other people? Is that what I should be doing with my life? Or what should I be doing with my life is being grateful for what I have and doing what I do every day in a way that's loving and compassionate and whatever it is that I am already doing. So those are things that I'm going through past couple weeks, and maybe you can relate to some of what I said.
Well, yes, I can, and all of the above. I mean, everything you said is what we're all going through. So you're not alone. I think when people stop their devastating or bad habit of using alcohol or drugs, these are the questions that we think and we question and we become aware and observe, and this is human nature. So what you're talking about is human nature in all of our minds, and most of us, I can't say all of us, most of us go through this. So this is what I found out about me and about life, what I believe to be true about life. Okay. Um, a balance is needed in my life. Okay. Um, if I look back on my life, all the things that I wanted to do, wanted to succeed, if I really look at it, it all comes down to whatever the mind can conceive and believe it will achieve. If you look at anything, I don't care if it's getting up in the morning and thinking about going to work, you're focusing on doing that and you're going to achieve it. So achieving things for me, I know I can achieve mostly anything that I really put my desire to. But like you said, do I want to? Do I need to? Will it create more happiness? Uh, all these questions are good. And experience, through experience of cause and effect, I find out, uh, hey, look, if you don't try things and make mistakes, how am I going to learn? Okay. So, what am I going to do? Stay stuck in, somebody else will say that's not staying stuck, but me, I'm talking about myself, staying stuck, or going for something else, you know, and trying something. I have a couple regrets, big regrets, uh, in life, but I've learned big lessons too. But I found out that the mistakes, most billionaires and millionaires, they make a bunch of mistakes, but they don't let the mistakes hold them down for the next challenge. And I've done that in my life. I let a few mistakes hold me back, and all the negative thinking about the past, uh, then I stayed stuck, and I look back at the future. I mean, it's almost like you have a crystal ball, when you start asking these questions and thinking, you can look back and kind of judge things, and then what did they say? Hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stay stuck sometimes because of the past, the mistakes that I made. If I could tell you a big one, man, and if I would have just kept on going where I wanted to go, didn't stop, I quit too early, you know. If I would have kept on going, I would have been in a much, much more desirable place. But is that is that really? I think the more important lesson for me is learning about it, you know, and understanding that, am I a different person even if I achieved that other thing? If I went back and fixed it and went on to a different path and got there, I'd still be the same person. I'm still me. So if I'm not changing like you're talking about a superpower, okay, that's the thing that Joey and I have a deprogramming podcast, but actually it's a reprogramming podcast. Okay, we're going to start redefining our mission here. Deprogramming, we have to see the dark and the light. It comes to one, really. It's like male, female, evil, good, uh, cold, hot. I mean, it's a duality, but it isn't really. So it's like, did it really matter? I have a regret, but does it really matter if I went the other way and succeeded and thought I made all this money or achieved this career or achieved this thing? All the things that I ever done in my life, achievements, studied, I had a desire to do it. So it all goes back again to whatever the mind can conceive and believe it will achieve. Everything that I had a desire to do, I did it, I achieved it, and I succeeded in it. But that wasn't even enough. It wasn't it, you know? So I did it again, and I achieved this other thing, and then found that wasn't it. It wasn't it. So for me, it's not, it's the journey, like they say. I'm not, it's like, I'm not coining any of these phrases. They're ancient. So it's like the journey along the way. It's not ending up at the end of the journey. It's not like, what do I accomplish? It's like the journey along these accomplishments. So you talk about a superpower, and that's what you're tapping into. I think that we have is this superpower: thinking, questioning, observing, and becoming aware. So that's more or less the superpower we all possess. It's not just alcoholic, which I just believe are labels anyhow that limit us. So I don't know. That was a good thing for me to spin off and kind of recall some things in my life that I can relate to yours. So if we don't try things and we don't make mistakes, how in the hell are we going to look back and learn on them? So I think you're at a good place right now. And so we're not really talking about sobriety or not drinking or moderation. We're just talking about life, life's journey. We're not talking about this journey into a different into sobriety or there's so many normal they call back to normal. With sobriety, not drinking. Sober just means not drunk, really. Uh, so I'm not talking. I don't think you're talking. You're talking about life, on life's terms and how to deal with life by thinking and questioning. Is that too much? I think we need a balance.
Yeah, we do need a balance. And I think, as we're doing this right now, like this very second, thinking that the, just to realize that I have this, I'm just going to keep calling it a superpower because that's what it is for me, is the, the knowledge that I have this superpower right now. I know how to, I know how to keep it, and I know um, what not to do to lose it is a good. It's a good um, thing to have. So whatever decision that I do make, whether it's staying in the same place I am or taking a chance and doing something different, I can't fail either way because it's a learning experience, whatever it is that I decide to do. Um, my hindsight will be 2020 a year from now, whether I decided to do anything or not in the near future. But they're all experiences, like you said. You can't really when I when I think about the fact that I'm not going to be. I can say confidently that I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to drink tomorrow. Um, I I'm in a position where even if I fail at something miserably, I have the ability to stand back up pretty easy because I'm not in a state of active addiction. And I mean, you can't really take a chance at what you think you might want to do when your first priority is getting drunk or high. So a year ago, I never thought I'd be sitting here with you doing a podcast talking about life and sobriety and things like that. Just taking an hour out of my Saturday to talk with a friend of mine about life and sobriety and whatever it is that we're going through. Um, year ago, I never thought that I'd be sitting here. 2 years ago, I never thought I'd be sitting here, uh, talking like this. And this is it's a good, it's a good place to be right now. Whether I'm thinking about I want to change my career or whether I'm not feeling motivated to mow the lawn or whatever it is that I don't feel like doing. The bottom line is I'm not miserable. I know I got my superpower, and I mean, despite the fact that sometimes I feel unmotivated and uncertain on what I should be doing with my life, this superpower makes me think that I'm not. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow. It's gonna be a new morning. I'm gonna be fresh. I'm gonna feel good. I mean, it's so it's once you accept once I accepted that I'm a person that can't drink, and I made the decision to stop drinking, the stress that has eliminated from my life just from the fact that I know I'm not going to be hungover tomorrow is is amazing. So if I decide I want to do something tomorrow, quit my job and travel cross country, yeah, I might lose my house and I might lose all my money and I might lose my health benefits and I might lose all those things. But I can figure out a way to build my life back up if I were to make such a uh, crazy decision because I'm not drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, look, you said it right. All we have is the now. Some people don't believe in that, but Eckhart Tolle wrote a couple books about it, and I'm kind of into it, understanding in a certain level where only have right this moment. So life is made up of a bunch of moments, past moments, and so we only have right now. So if I'm like, how am I doing? Eh, Viewers, ask yourself, how are you doing right now? Okay, right this moment. Okay, right this moment, I'm relaxed. Happy is an overrated word. Happiness is, I don't know where it came from. I mean, happiness. I'm. You want to define happiness? I'm happy right now. I'm enjoying this. I'm joyful because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm relaxed. I so right now everything is really, if you look at it, everything is perfect for me right this moment. Um, Now, I don't know what the future holds, but when I get there, it's going to be the now, no matter what, no matter where I go. Even when I'm in the past, I'm in the now thinking about the past. The memory trace is just a memory computer trace that goes back, and I'm thinking about it, but it's always thought about in the now. But we're born, you're coining this phrase, we'll use this, I'll title this Superpower, how to discover your superpower, Joey C has, okay, and he coins it superpower. And we were born with the superpower, okay? We're with the superpower. Uh, so am I grateful for today? I'm grateful for today, for what I have right now. It's not in the wanting. Like, it's okay to want things and buy things and have things. So it's okay. We all do it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The, what I found out, what's screwed up for me, is getting it is not the deal. It's always the wanting something that's the screwed up deal. Always wanting. Because once you get the new car, after the new car, it's wanting something else. After this new house, it's wanting something else. After the new furniture, it's wanting something else. After me getting my insurance license, it was something else. After the real estate license and broker's license, was something else. After achieving buying houses and getting in, it was something else. So it's in the wanting that the problem I see. Everybody wants, they're always wanting. It's not the getting, it's not the having, because that doesn't really satisfy humans. It's the constant mind stream of wanting. And like I said, nothing's wrong with that. I want things still today, and I achieve them. I'll get them. And guess what? If I don't get them, here's the cool part about that superpower: that if I don't get it, I'm okay. It's no big deal. Okay. And they can always use that, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Well, I can use that to satisfy anything. So I'm cool whatever happens. Like if I move out of where I'm at because I don't like this, and I have the control over that, serenity to accept the things I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There's a lot of things that I have the wisdom that I know the difference, that I can change and can't change. But if I want out of here, I can get out of here. I can move. I can move. But here's the part for us married folk. we can't do shit unless our wives kind of agree with it too. Okay. So that's called a relationship. And in this relationship, sometimes we have to accept the fact that my wife doesn't want it. I can blame my wife because I've been doing it for years. Okay. Blaming her for shit. And she probably blames me for stuff too. But, we do the blame game. But the fact of the matter is, and you know what? I mean, look, I don't even know if we're supposed to be. What do I know? Do I know really? Everything is man-made laws, man-made regulations, man-made licenses and marriages. Are human beings really supposed to be married for life? Who knows? All I know is I'll be celebrating 50 years October 9th. Okay, that's a long friggin' time being married. All right. So I must know a little bit about relationships. And it took me a long, I'm telling you, long. I'm still learning, still, still learning. And that's why I'm on this podcast, because I'm still learning shit, uh, and trying to uh, maintain. I think the more I learn, the more the superpower grows. Okay, so for everybody out there, if they want to learn more about the superpower with me, Joey C, and Bobby C, come subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. And we're going to discuss this shit over and over and talk about a lot of different things about reprogramming our minds. Back to you, Joey.
That's right, reprogramming our minds. And I like what you said about the present moment. The present moment is all we've ever had. It's all we have right now, and all we ever will have. Because all the shit that we might be worrying about, because we don't have control over it, when that time comes, we will be in the exact same moment that we're in right now. And right now, all the crap that I've been through, all the great times that I've had, all the times where I didn't know what was going to happen, how I was going to get through something. Um, I've gotten through it, and here I am now in the present moment. And despite what I might be thinking about as far as making decisions that I think I have to make, or not making decisions because they're really not that important in the scheme of things, right now, I'm talking with my buddy Bobby C. I'm in my living room. I have my cat by my side. All right. Life is perfect in this moment, and in this moment is all I will ever have. So when the time comes where I am going to be frustrated in the future for whatever small reason that might be, I'm still going to be in this moment. And usually, if I'm frustrated, it's uh, because there's too many things that I feel like I have to do at one time, or it's because I'm hungry, um, or it's because I'm in a place where I don't want to be. It's in like I don't want to be in this, whatever it is I'm doing at work. Say I'm lugging stuff up someone's driveway with an incline of, I don't know, 100% or whatever. I don't want to be there in that moment. I can try and like remove all those things that I am getting frustrated with, and just realize that I'm in this body. I'm in this body, and there's things that I want, that there's things that if I guess what I'm trying to say is, you're always in this body and you're always in this moment. If you can just acknowledge what you have to accept, and acknowledge what you can change, and acknowledge that nothing is permanent, um, I guess that's what helps me out when I'm getting frustrated or tired or whatever it is that's going to lead me to like 40 minutes of fantasizing about alcohol or something like that. The bottom line is we're always
Yeah.
in this moment. Wish I could explain a little bit better what the point I'm trying to make about being in the present moment and being in your body. Because it really doesn't matter where you are. Um, you're gonna
It's not, you know what? You don't have to explain it because you're there right now. I'm looking at you.
yeah.
I'm looking at you. So you're there right now. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you present right now. I mean, sometimes less is more. I mean, when we explain the shit over and over, which I do,
Yeah.
over and over, and there's almost like there's no words to explain it.
Yeah.
Okay. Words does not, I can't, I have a hard time coming up with words to describe it and explain it. Here, see the cat, see the kitty cat, see the kitty cat there. Okay. See, that's what, listen, now watch. That's what I'm learning from that cat. Now, that's stupid? No way. Look at that cat. That cat is at peace. That cat is, you want to call it boredom? Call it, but look at that cat. That cat is so tranquil, peaceful, relaxed, serene. Uh, Look at it. Look. I mean, boredom. I had this priest guy used to sit at meetings. He'd be behind me. We talk about boredom. He says, embrace boredom. Try to embrace boredom. I'm being bored. People would die to be bored. They're over there so busy, their heads are spinning, up, work and that, up. They, oh, I can't wait to relax. Then they relax. They get, oh, I'm bored.
Mm.
You know, enjoy boredom because it's not going to last. Probably, maybe it won't. But look at that cat. Look over there. Look at that cat. That's amazing. Uh, so boredom. Come on. I love being bored, man. Boredom is really cool because there's going to be some chaos that comes up that I have to react to on a good level. I have to put in action. Action. Don't kid me. Into action has to be into action. I have to acknowledge the negative, the dark side of things to give light to it. Okay, so I have to acknowledge these dark things that I see and I speak about that I personally think that they're lies, myths that I bring light to. Okay, so I have to discover the darkness. If I deny the dark, how am I ever going to really bring light to it? It's like, that's just happening. Just wars happen. No big deal. Let's just talk about how great everything is. No, that's not how I am. I don't do that. I got to see the dark side too.
Mm.
But I don't know how I spun off on that, but that kitty's really helping me out today.
Yeah, that's a
Back to you, Joe.
perfect analogy with the little kitty over here. Is he bored? Is he meditating? I don't know. Uh, he's present. I mean, I didn't want to tell you. I think it's just because he's constipated. He hasn't shit in 4 days.
Oh my god.
But
That could be. That could be too. That could be too. My mom, hey, human beings. Just to say one other thing, you were mentioning about frustration. Look, we're human. We have these feelings, emotions. We get triggered constantly. Okay, so to feel all these feelings of frustration and anger and boredom and wanting and all this other shit is human. It's human nature. Notice I won't even have to talk about recovery, addiction, alcohol. I don't even have to mention any of them damn words because this shit is way beyond these labels that they try to put on us. So I call it a recovery prison. Some people call it a recovery trap, but it's just a trap to keep us in this little triangular thing where we can't go outside the box and think about other things. Look,
Mm.
I'm in recovery from life's lies, society, the world lies. Okay, that's what I'm in recovery from today. But back to you, Joey. I'm sorry I shut you off. You were the cat. You were talking about the cat being constipated.
I think what he just
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's not constipated, but he is tranquil.
I know it's
Um,
not.
yeah, that was everything you said was really important, and you definitely shed some
Sarah,
light on things that I've been going through the past couple weeks, and it's really all the things that we create in our head are just creations. They're just they're just creations and illusions, and the things that we choose to manifest and become reality. We can choose the things that we want to manifest and become reality, and everything else is just it's just an illusion until we actually create it. Um, so
Sarah ready to jump in? What does she want to jump in? Or she relaxing?
no,
She
but
chilling?
she
She
she's
chilling?
Sarah's next to me, and she's just kind of commenting about everything that we're talking about, but she doesn't
as
want
I
to.
would.
But she doesn't want to fully commit to
Jump in yet? That's cool. No
you
big deal.
Did you want
Hey,
to say anything?
she's I'm getting vibes from her, and the energy's coming through.
Yeah,
I know where she's at. I
that's
could sense it.
yeah.
Okay,
I knew
she's
that.
cool. Sarah's in a good place. We know that.
I knew that's what was going on. See, he
Oh,
could
that's funny.
he could feel you vibes from the West Coast.
Energy. So boredom.
That's right.
Boredom
That's right.
is just okay. You don't have to put the camera on me.
Okay.
Can I just talk?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Boredom is part of not being present, right? Because if you're present to the boredom, why are you bored? Because there's energy that needs to flow. So you can either act on the energy that needs to flow and use that charge, because we're all energy. We are channeled for energy. We are that antenna picking up frequencies, right? So I'm like very rarely bored. I might get antsy because I'm not utilizing this energy that I need to utilize, but bored, no. Because when I'm just sitting, I'm one of those weird people that can sit for hours by myself and not be bored in complete silence. I actually don't like noise. I like to just be in silence, and I just observe whether I'm looking at my plants or the birds, or I'm sitting here whittling a piece of wood. I'm present in every moment, and I'm appreciating all the magic around me when I am sitting. When I'm sitting, which most people would be bored doing, because that is what helps me ground my charge. Because I can be a very high charge person. I'm a 0 to 60 person. So if I'm antsy, then I know I need to do something with that energy that's in my body that's not going anywhere. You know, like what happens to us when we're antsy? We get anxiety, right? And what happens when we have anxiety? What does our body do? Our body shakes. So like it's all freaking energy, and then like wanting things, right? That's expansion. We're always expanding. So and we're programmed to want material things. So our wanting that car, or not that that's a bad thing, right? Like Bobby C said, but that's us expanding our wants and our desires and trying to act upon them. But we don't even have to have a material thing. We're constantly expanding. So we're always learning. And so you can have that wanting and just let it be expansion and flow in that expansion and see where it takes you. And that it's not a bad thing. And, you know, that car is going to take you to other destinations. And you're going to learn different things with that car. And then, you know what? You'll be done with that car. And just like that job. Oh, I thought I wanted to do this. And maybe you gave up, or you didn't like that job, but that job showed you what you didn't want. That job helped you grow into learning what you do want. It's all priming us if we're present to just be like, okay, that's cool, and not attached to it. And the flow, learning to just like go with that flow, and yeah, you got to make mistakes, and you got to go through these different experiences to, you're just gathering information, constantly gathering information. We're just always gathering information, and in this human incarnate, but we're energy in a different form, always moving, always growing, and we get uncomfortable when we don't allow the growth. So, and the dark is part of the growth. You need all of that. You need the dichotomy. You need that balance, and you need the contrast. And sometimes that contrast is what makes us appreciate the opposite side of it. If there even is an opposite side, it's all part of this one blended billions of cells of just, my God. I can go on and on in different directions, but
Yeah, well, we're constantly collecting data, like you said, and any mistakes that we might make along the way based on the data that we've accumulated is just another experience. And yeah, you can't really make as long as you have, as long as you have balance and you're free of fear, the worst things that are going to happen is that you're going to learn something about yourself that you need to know to make the next best decision.
we're not going to be free of fear necessarily, though, because fear's there for a reason. Like fear, if we're afraid of fear, like we've demonized fear, but fear is still a motivator. It's a motivator or a demotivator. But if you actually do something you're afraid of, or uncomfortable with, how do you feel after you've done it? Huge. You feel amazing because you just accomplished something that you were so paralyzed to do because you were stuck in your head, or so afraid to do because you're afraid of this growth because we don't know the other side of it. But like that fear really makes you present, because when you're afraid of something, you're paying attention, right? And then what you do with that, though, that's the determining factor. So I don't demonize fear. I think fear is definitely, I think it's a good thing. I think it's great because it makes us freaking pay attention. Yeah, and brings us back to presence. So, yeah.
Yes, Sarah, thank you. See, ladies and gentlemen that are observing this podcast, don't forget to subscribe. You could come on and talk just like Sarah. Sarah's not on video, but she's speaking, and she's speaking her truth, and truth that I believe a lot about the energy. Everything is vibration, frequency, and energy. So I'm really into that too. I'm gonna turn Sarah onto the perception. I think she's called the perception shifter on my channel, and I post some things, and I'll be posting some things about her, and Sarah can kind of maybe tag on to her because she talks a lot about the energy. Tesla knew it years ago. That's why they dismissed Tesla and went with Edison. But yeah, I like that what Sarah was saying about the wanting. There's nothing wrong with the wanting, and it takes you to a different place and a different level and a different awareness, different awakening, which is really good to add that point to different things. And so I'm on the same page. Wherever the attention goes, the energy flows. So wherever you desire, whatever you desire, you want to put your attention into using bad habits, then the bad habits are going to be, you're going to manifest that in your life. It's just like whatever you focus on. So if you focus on you wanting to drink, you're going to drink again. If you focus on the superpower, which Joey we're focusing on that today, that's where your energy goes. That's where your mind will go, and that's where it flows to. So that's the key. That's where. See, this podcast is all about you creating your own program. Okay, it's about me creating my own program. It's about me understanding that I am my own guru. I am my own. I'm a teacher and a student at the same time. Okay, so this program is expansion of consciousness, becoming aware that we don't have to be stuck in this recovery trap, this recovery prison, only talking about addiction and recovery and the booze and the drugs and this and that, constantly focusing on that. They put us into this box and this trap. Society does it to us. It's a brainwashing. It's the programming that we're trying to deprogram people. This podcast goes way beyond just drugs and alcohol. Look, we're going to even uncover the devastating consequences that the alcohol, pharmaceutical, tobacco industry, the technology industry, the corporations, all the stuff that they're doing to society. So we're gonna, we deprogram and reprogram our minds about a lot of things. Getting off of drugs and alcohol is, I really have to say, was the easy thing for me. Actually, I had to deprogram myself from religion because I was born an atheist, actually, whatever that word meant, indoctrinated into the Catholic religion. And I can go into that, how the Catholic religion and Alcoholics Anonymous is so similar. It's unbelievable. In one podcast, I'll show everything that is a coordination right along every line, where I broke through that religion, the Catholic religion. I don't believe in religions anymore. Nature is my religion today, and the universe and the world, uncovering, recovering, discovering the truths about these things. That's where the superpower goes. I want to go there. I tend to go there more than the material, even though there's nothing wrong with the material, because the material is energy too. Material stuff is frequency and energy, and neutrons and protons and atoms and all that other stuff. So we're all part of everything, no matter what. But great stuff, Sarah. Great stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Bobby C, for another Saturday podcast that makes me feel just a little bit more refreshed. After just an hour or so, I'm just shooting the shit with my buddy right now. All right, and I feel like I don't know. I feel a lot different than I did when I first sat down, and it's just talking about everyday stuff with a friend, and it just that is energy. That's the energy that you were just talking about, I think, and it just it's stuff that keeps me going. This podcast gave me a little. It's going to give me a little pep in my step for the rest of the day.
Yeah, it gave me more superpower. Okay, so that's definitely that. I feel more powerful. So this program is about powerful, unlimitless, not powerless, unlimitless. This is more power. So Sarah, thank you. Come back again and share your wisdom with us. We really appreciate that. Joey C, it was great seeing you. Come join us at Anonymous Addiction, my Facebook private group, as Bobby C sees it. I say as Bobby C sees it because I want to say it's as you see it, not as me. It's not my truth about AA, about society, about life, about the universe. It's about everybody's truth and about all these things. I just coined that as Bobby C sees it. It's as you see it. That's what's important. So Joey, thank you so much. We'll be signing off. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day and enjoy the now. That's all we got.
Take care, everybody. Enjoy the now, like Bobby C said.
Bye, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.